City.
All right, everybody. We have AJ Pena, Marquis Buchanan, Justin Carcel, and head coach Jim Fleming. Coach, when you get settled, just an opening
Settle? Do I need to settle? Okay. Good victory, homecoming. Got a good crowd out there. Had an incredible day presenting the University of Rhode Island in its finest fashion with a beautiful day. I looked around, I saw crazy stuff going on all over campus, which shows about the spirit and the quality of people and administration. Everything. It was just a great day. Came on out and got a football game that was tougher than we expected. Great credit to the opponent. And, it certainly just feels there's plenty of stuff that we still need to continue to clean up. I thought we took a step forward in the special teams game. We didn't make mistakes with the ball anywhere. And, started off a little bit shaky offensively, but found our rhythm and made some big-time things. The numbers show tremendously, and defense just continues to step up and make plays when it's necessary to keep them out of the end zone. Certainly thrilled to be 4-0. Got a bunch of great dudes, but I did sense, we had a sense of frustration, and probably my fault as the coach to build up, our want to. We want to just go out and we want to just take care of business from start to finish in a big-time way. But great credit to LIU. I think Coach Cooper does a good job. They've done a nice job. They're down to the third-string quarterback, and they managed the game very well and hung in there as long as they could. But our guys stuck together, and we found a way to win.
Open up to questions.
Marquis, when the offense is struggling early on, what do you think you guys fall back onto to get into rhythm?
Just the simple stuff, quick game, quick runs, RPOs, anything just to get back in the rhythm and get positive yards. We don't need to force anything. We just do what we do best and just get down the field as best we can, whether that's a shot. Obviously we had a couple 3-and-outs early, but we just stayed the course and, fought through it.
And let's point out his little punt return, man. That thing was pretty tight right there, yeah.
I'll build off that then. The punt return, can you walk me through what was going on in your head during that?
I was gonna let it bounce, and then it got a perfect bounce into my hands, and then I don't know, something about just reversing field, just sense in my head. The guys up there made great blocks up there, so it's credit to them more than it is credit to me.
Justin, what about pass defense today? I mean, they're 10 for 28 throwing, and you guys picked them off twice. What were you seeing from them, and how prepared did you guys feel coming in?
I mean, it's just a credit to the rush getting home and making it our job easy in the back end. Honestly, it's rush and coverage playing together like we talk about, and just coaches putting us in the right positions, and we were just able to make a play on the ball when it's up in the air. We get it.
When you can make a team one-dimensional, essentially just on defense, what does that do in terms of your calls and maybe how much easier does it make the game for you guys?
It definitely takes pressure off, knowing that we're going to force them to run the ball and take away shots in the back end. We know what to expect, and we know we got to get off blocks on the perimeter, and we know where we're going to be challenged. So it makes the game a lot slower.
AJ, when teams have to grind out 10, 12 play drives against this defense, I would imagine you guys feel real good about challenging another offense to try and do that against you.
I mean, that's our culture on defense, right? Like bend don't break mentality. It doesn't matter if it's a 60-yard run, right? There's 40 more yards, right, to cover. So that's just our mentality on defense. Like we can't get caught into the pass play, right? We got to go to the next play because, right, we can't let our emotions get the best of us, especially if a team's going tempo, especially. That's what teams do to attack us, especially because they know our issues and that tempo is something we're working on, but we're getting way better at it, so we're ready.
Defensive line right now, just what are you seeing from that group?
I mean, we're young and feisty, and, a lot of the guys, right, you see Tosin, Pat Case, that was our whole room last year at Wiley. So now it's like me coming in here now, it's like an easy transition because of just how dedicated those guys were. Obviously we lost Reem, but now we're down to nose with Sinai, and everybody's just stepping up, and we're feeding off it. And that's something that we hope that any team could, anybody can step up, what I mean? It's hard, especially your best players, right? They may get hurt, right? But it's next man up. Period. End of story. There's no like you just have to be ready, you know. So,
Justin, obviously, low scoring battle in that first quarter, kind of back and forth. But how big is it for you just to be able to make those plays, the 2 picks in the first quarter, and kind of just get your team the momentum and get them in the right direction there?
It's definitely a great feeling, you know. I mean, it's just plays that need to be made. You know, if we need to pick up the offense, I know we will be able to on defense, and if we're struggling on defense, I know the offense got our back as well. So it's really just plays that need to be made, and that's how it played out.
Coach, you've been quoted as saying that oftentimes games here at Meade Stadium give the fans pins and needles. Going into this halftime break, it was a little different. You guys were in the driver's seat, but still post game. What was the vibe in the locker room at halftime today?
I sense frustration. You know, I sensed frustration on offense. I sensed, no panic on D. It was just, I just sensed a frustrated group. You know, it was just kind of an odd, from my perspective, it was a little bit odd. I mean, that's all it was. But I mean, our guys found a way. They concentrate, they stay in the game, and they played a game to the final second and got no real issues. So I mean, I don't think there was any doubt that we were going to be able to come out. We knew we had the ball in the third quarter. I mean, the coin toss is a big time thing for us all the time. Be able to defer and know you can play the first half how you want to, and then know you're going to get the ball in the second half. I think we did some spectacular things, but I mean, when you really look at, the bang bang here, I think it was, the punt that got down on the 1 yard line, and then we had the punt return down to the 4, and then we stuck it in, and I thought that really got us going, quite a bit more. But, we can strike. I mean, he had another touchdown that, they had to drag all over him. On the PI, we took it down to the 2 yard line, and we were able to stick it in there. So, good. I mean, we're excited. We're 4-0. We're 2-0 in conference. We got to go out and get on a plane, play Western Michigan, and look forward to that opportunity to go out and play a MAC team.
Jim, when you can put the 3 phases together, the punt that you down at the 1, you keep them right there, you have a big return, and then you score. As a coach, what does that say about where your team is evolved to at this point?
I think it's just all about teaching them the importance of field position. I mean, that's very easy for you to see. You get a ball down, defense goes out there, comes very close to getting a safety. I know they're hungry for that, but made a 3-and-out stop, and then you get we worked 2 returners back there. Marquis has been dying. You get a chance to get his hands on it, and there it was for him. I started dog cussing when he started going backwards, but then he got to the edge, and I was good. But then, pointed out, then we have a personal foul, on a scoring play right now. We've got to kick it off from the 20-yard line. You understand something that hurts. So now our defense, who's playing their tail off right now, it starts on a 55-yard field. And, they still got out of it, but it gets you a little itchy, and you got to worry about the hands team and all that stuff if they get a quick score. But there's more to be learned there. But certainly, as you're pointing to, we want to be able to achieve our best in all 3 phases and see what that looks like when we can do that. But other people work at practice too, and other people have scholarships, so it's tough to do.
How do you approach next week?
To go out and beat them, flat out. It's just not like going out to play Minnesota. Hey, let's go out and give it a best shot. I spent 7 years in the Mid-American Conference. I'm sure they're a good team. I haven't looked at them a lick. That gap's shrinking. And so we saw this team we played tonight go out to Eastern Michigan and beat them. That's a MAC school. We're going to go to a different part of the state and see if we can do the same thing.
All set?
All right.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, guys.
Great night.
Appreciate it.
Thank you. Have a good night.